Social Security, and why the system is broken for a huge percentage of beneficiaries. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, so many of us look at Social Security as the magical ticket that's going to help us sail right on through our retirement. Unfortunately, that is not the case for a huge percentage of beneficiaries. We spend years and years throughout our working careers paying in through Social Security payroll taxes so that we can claim those benefits at some point during our retirement and get that money back in the form of monthly checks. Sounds pretty nice, right? Well, it is pretty nice. Unfortunately, there is a major flaw in this system, and unfortunately, a lot of beneficiaries out there right now don't get anywhere near what they actually need during retirement. I want to talk you through all the details about this and walk you through all the numbers as far as how this program is actually set up, and it'll show the actual discrepancies between the numbers and what people actually need and what they're actually getting on an ongoing basis. So let's get into it and discuss all those details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'll continue to be here for you each and every day with all the latest updates as I'm doing research all day, every single day, as I want to make sure that you're staying updated with everything going on right now as things are changing very rapidly. And I want to point out any of these programs that continue to pop up that include money, benefits, checks, stimulus, and anything else that may be popping up right now as things are changing fast and Congress continues to introduce all of these different packages, proposals, money, benefits, checks, raises, all kinds of different things. And I want to make sure that you're aware of it right away so that you can get your share of the pie. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. And let's get right into this. All right. So, Social Security, like I said, sounds like a really great program. And don't get me wrong, it is a great program. It's a program that a lot of people rely on during retirement. It sends out those monthly checks, and it's a very, very good system. However, the program is not exactly set up in the way that we would probably think it is, right? So we spend years and years throughout our working career, and every single paycheck, if you've looked at your pay stub, I'm sure you probably have, you see the taxes right on there that are taken out every single paycheck. And we always wonder, where does that money go? When do I get it back? Do I ever get it back? Well, a lot of that money goes right into Social Security. And at some point during your 60s, whenever you decide to start claiming Social Security benefits, as early as 62 and as late as 70, when you can start claiming those benefits. Obviously, you can claim later than 70, but like I've described in other videos, there's usually not really any benefit to waiting beyond the age 70. So at some point during that roughly 8-year period of time, you start claiming your Social Security benefits that you've spent years and years building up. So here's the major problem though. A lot of us view Social Security as this is going to be the ticket, this will pay through my entire retirement, right? It's going to send me all my money that I need to fund all of my expenses and everything that I need through retirement. Well, unfortunately, that is where the actual misunderstanding comes in around this program. Social Security is set up in such a way that it's only supposed to cover up to 40% of your previously earned income. So let me give you a couple examples about this because we want to put practical numbers behind this and actually understand what does this actually mean. So let's put it this way. Let's just say, for example, you earned $50,000. And again, I'm just using round numbers here just to kind of give you an illustration of the numbers behind this. In the event that you earned $50,000 throughout your working career, now, you would think that, hey, it sure would be nice to replace my $50,000 income with a $50,000 annual income from Social Security, right? Sure would be nice, right? However, that's not really how this program is set up. But rather, it's supposed to replace about 40% of your earned income. So let me give you the numbers behind this. You earned $50,000 throughout your working career every single year. However, being Social Security is supposed to replace about 40% of that, that would mean Social Security is going to pay you about $20,000 a year. That's what it comes out to, $20,000 a year. So now when we look at it that way, we think, now we have a major problem. I was relying on $50,000 a year, which is about $4,150 a month, roughly. About that much a month. Well, now all of a sudden, Social Security is paying less than half of that, right? It's paying about $2,000 a month, not even $2,000 a month, about $1,800 a month is what it comes out to be. Well, now we got this huge gap to fill, right? Because all of a sudden now we're seeing I was living on say $4,100 a month, and now I need to live on less than $2,000. the major disconnect, right? A major problem why this system is broken. But it's not necessarily that this program is deceiving the beneficiaries. That's not what's happening here. This is just how the program is set up. But rather, the additional money that a retiree needs during their retirement is actually supposed to come from retirement, other incomes like investments, things, 401ks and IRAs and all kinds of these other investments that were set up throughout the course of the working career. Now get this, the reports out there are saying that the vast majority of retirees can generally live on about 70% of previously earned income. Again, let me give you the numbers behind this. Let's use that same $50,000 example. So, throughout your working career, you earned $50,000 a year. Now again, let's apply the 40% that's going to be covered by Social Security, which would be $20,000. Well, what about the other 30% of income that we need to cover now? Well, technically, according to the reports, they're saying this money should be actually covered through retirement funds, IRAs, 401ks, pensions, other programs like this that, have basically been set up over the years and years, probably 30 plus years of maybe investing or putting in time through a company, and maybe now they're going to pay you a pension, all kinds of different avenues here. But either way, now let's run the math on this. An extra 30% that were, the discrepancy, the 40% that's being covered by Social Security and the 70% that retirees need to live on, all of a sudden we're short 30%. Well, that translates into $15,000. So if we actually add this into the $20,000 you're getting from Social Security in an annualized basis, plus another $15,000 to make up the other 30%, to make up the full 70% that as somebody retired to live on, now we're sitting at $35,000. That is 70% of a $50,000 annual income. So we can kind of see here, retirees going to retirement saying, this is great, I'm excited, I'm going to start drawing on Social Security benefits and it's going to cover my retirement. Yeah, it's going to cover some of it, but certainly not all of it. So this is where the major problems come in, as so many of us are looking at Social Security as this great program that's going to cover our full retirement. And don't get me wrong, it's a great program. Sends out a lot of money to a lot of beneficiaries every single month. But the problem is the money that's being sent out is not quite enough. In fact, separate reports out there are showing the average person age 65 or older has $134,000 in savings or retirement accounts right now. So again, that could be combined, whether it's cash in the bank, 401k, an IRA, whatever it happens to be. The average person 65 or older has $134,000 in savings or retirement, retirement accounts. Well, let's run the numbers on this, because $134,000 and the person needs, let's just say, $35,000 a year to live on. That's not that many years to live on. That's about 5 years to live on worth of income. Not even, right? So all of a sudden we see, okay, somebody starts drawing on Social Security benefits at, say, 66 years old, their full retirement age, and all of a sudden we have this major disconnect, right? We have the benefits coming in, the money being pulled out of retirement accounts, and all of a sudden, 5 years later, the retirement account is essentially empty or thereabout. Even let's just say 10 years. It takes 10 years to draw it down. That's 10 years, right? All of a sudden, the person is 76 years old, the retirement account is at zero, and now we have a major problem, right? Social Security benefits are not covering the rest of the money that needs to be there. So this is kind of the layout of how this program is set up. And unfortunately, some of the realities that are out there right now when it comes to this age group, 65 plus, according to the reports, as well as kind of basically how these programs are structured. So anyway, that's why I was saying at the beginning of this video and throughout this video, this program or the system is essentially broken. It's not necessarily that it's broken. This is just how it was originally set up. So, we've talked about many times here how Congress has implemented all of these different programs and pieces of legislation to raise benefits, reform the program, and all kinds of different things like this. Well, unfortunately, this is the case that we're dealing with right here, right now. So who knows? Maybe Congress will come out with something and reform the program. Maybe they'll raise payroll taxes to actually raise benefits for beneficiaries. Maybe they'll do something to the program. But this is a major problem that a lot of people are dealing with as they enter into retirement, realizing, these benefits are not enough, and it's not going to get me very far, right? And I think a lot of us here in the community are experiencing the exact same thing, because I see it down in the comment section. So anyway, this is kind of how the program is set up. I wanted to lay this all out for you to kind of better understand what is going on and some of the numbers statistically that are being shown in reports out there right now with retirees, savings rates, and what the average retiree needs as a percentage of their earned income throughout their working career. Anyway, some pretty interesting information. I'll continue doing whatever I can to keep you updated and to help you out with any money, benefits, programs, checks, stimulus, or anything else that may be popping up right here, right now. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below. If you haven't done so yet, share the video with your friends, family, social media, so we can open the eyes of other people that may be put in this position, and you can kind of get a little glimpse into, what you need to be aware of during the time that is supposed to be your golden years, right? So anyway, also go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. I want to help you out in any way that I can. Enjoy your day. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day.